Okay, here we are back again with Borderlands 2. We are going to continue on where we left off. I don't know where we will be continuing on from though, because I have never really kind of pressed the continue button after shutting down the game and going away. Most of the other videos I just did continuously in a batch. So we will see where we end up being spawned. Now, I kind of went through the level, went back from Claptrap's boat back to the town. I did the Bullymong for objective. I kind of did the riding the midget riding the Bullymong objective, and I did some other objectives. I can't even remember what they are now. And then it got to the point where I had probably been playing for about 3 hours, recording and talking for 3 hours, so I gave the game up. The idea now being that I will go back through the game to Claptrap's ship and continue the game on. Now, there's lots of little messages popping up here for various bits and pieces. That is because I installed some DLC. I bought the the special edition, the whatever edition of Borderlands 2. When I started the playing and recording the videos, I hadn't actually installed that DLC. I had just bought it and it was just sat there, so I have now installed it. It would seem all the boxes are reset, so I can just retake all the stuff I had previously. This is interesting. I can go and get all that cash and guns back. So again, I don't really know why I'm doing this. I don't even know why I care, but I thought I'd just come and have a quick look at some of the stuff that was in the DLC. I believe these ones with the stars are not actually stuff I own. I think they are more DLC, which didn't come with the Game of the Year edition or special edition, whatever, which I find weird because usually they kind of do come with that. Well, they come with everything, but there is a season pass still to buy for Borderlands 2, and I guess all this other stuff is in it. So yeah, there you go. This feature requires universal sound on, so yeah, basically I would need to buy the DLC to do that. I have picked the garish colours there. I don't know why. I may change those back at some point in my life. I never really see my character, I never really look at them. Natural selection house looks for the entrance in the wildlife exploitation preserve. I don't know where that is. Memory of the Parental Club characters will create start hunters. So I get to start with some extra stuff now. I've got some extra bits and pieces added to my inventory and various other skin customizations and so on. So they've given me this golden gun, that golden gun, these things I've already unlocked by playing the game as much as I have. Probably when you start the game, having those two unlocked might be good. I have a blue level grenade modification. And I have this. Increased damage or increased chance of dropping rare loot. Okay, well, you know, that's interesting. So, yeah, you know, DLC might prove useful, might prove useless. We may have gone too far in the game for it to be of any real use to us here. I have since stopped, having stopped playing Borderlands 2 and restarted, you may have noticed in the menus that there are gamepad button notifications like B for cancel, LT, RT, RB, LB, TURT, LT power. You may have noticed that on my screen, and that is because I have employed the use of a 360 gamepad for this. Now, I've done that because the first-person shooters I find so much better on the God-given power of joysticks over mouse and keyboard. Now, mouse and keyboard fanatics will be telling me I'm a mug because the mouse is so much of a better way of doing it. It's more precise, it's this, it's that, it's quicker, yada yada yada. I agree. I do agree with that analysis, and that's all fair enough. However, the changing weapons, the moving forwards, backwards, left and right, the everything else, in fact, just everything else, apart from the pointing the gun on the screen, is so much better on a gamepad for me personally. Now again, it's a personal choice. Not everyone's interested in gamepads, and not everyone's interested in what I think necessarily, but I have chosen to go back to using a gamepad because that is where I've spent the majority of my time in first-person shooters with you know, a 360 pad, mostly because I own a 360, or did, well, I still do own a 360 for years, so it's just what I'm used to in the end. My new golden sniper rifle. In case you're wondering why I'm blading the air, it's simply because the controls on this are still set up for what I had it before. They haven't actually changed. So it's just face. And basically what that means is I had it set up so that when I pressed the aim down the sights button, it stayed locked in to aiming down the sights. On a mouse I found that so much simpler than holding a button on a mouse for a period of time and then doing whatever else. So I kind of had that locked in. On a gamepad, that's not necessarily as useful to me. So I may have to go into the settings and change that because it is kind of annoying. And I end up just swiping the air with my blade. Pointlessly. $8, always worth scavenging $8. Let's go in. I just want to try and find turning that function off. Do bear with me, caller. I apologise. I probably should just cut this out of the video and make your viewing pleasure far more pleasurable. However, that takes a lot of thought process on my behalf. So you will get to see this as I sift through. I can't remember where the function is. It doesn't appear to be in there at all, which is mildly disturbing. Where is that option? There it is. That's the one. I'm sure it is. That's crouch. Weapon aim. That's the one. Need to turn that off. Okay. The crouch one, I think I will leave remaining, as I don't really want to have to hold the B button the whole time I'm playing. So, apologies for the game of menus I've just played, and we will just continue on here. As I mentioned / bitched about in previous videos, the fact, oh that's lovely, the fact I have to play through the same bandits, bandits again and again and again, even though I've cleared the area of said bandits probably twice already, one on the way there, one on the way back, and now again on the way there. And that's entirely frustrating as far as I'm concerned, and I think it's weak game making, because you really should be able to create a game that is fun to play and has a challenge to it without having to just respawn the same 5 dudes over and over again, just for, you know, for the appearance of challenge, the appearance of difficulty or whatever else. It's not actually based on any real thing. It's just, here's a wealth of enemies, here's another wealth of enemies. Oh, you want to go for that area again? Here's that same wealth of enemies. Oh my god. The head. Oh, Jesus. It's just, I personally find this whole thing irritating. You may not. You may quite enjoy it. It's, you know, it's extra XP, and, you know, as I said probably previously, if I haven't, I probably should have done. You know, the whole point about playing a game at all, any game, is to actually have fun and enjoy playing it. So, as a first-person shooter, with RPG elements, but at its base, a first-person shooter, you should probably enjoy the first-person shooter aspect of it. So, killing bad guys by the thousands is probably top of your list of things to do in a game like this. I just think there's, you know, if they gave me 60 bad guys that came in wave format towards me in a, you know, Sanctum 2 kind of way, and or Call of Duty Zombies or whatever else, where, you know, there was just a numerous amount of them, and they just came at me and I just gunned them down, I'd probably be more accepting of that kind of thing than the whole point of, you know, I've been somewhere and when I go back through that same area I fight the same dudes over and over again. I never saw this last time I came through here, so I'm going to jump down like a lunatic in the hope that I can, yeah, there you go, get up here. There might be some good weapons. There appears to be some green stuff, and always worth taking the green ones, I think. Mostly because there is some sort of challenge or achievement or some thing whereby I can upgrade various bits and pieces. So we've picked up some new weapons here, nothing that fantastic, really and truly. Jesus Christ, such low damage on those guns. Give me that. Seems like it's got a lot of damage to it. It's got nothing to it. So we'll take the one with the 31 damage. That's far higher than a lot of the other stuff we have going on in our inventory at the minute. Usual deal here of I'm just going to raid some more boxes, steal some more money from unwitting citizens who just leave it laying around. Don't think that gun's worth taking really. Go up here, as we never went up here the last time, I don't think. Maybe we did. And I've completed the challenge, so this is why you want to just go around opening boxes and doing whatever else. And I suppose those challenges again may be easier completed if you scum the game of spawning. So you go to an area, go back for an area, go through the area. You could probably complete most of the kill 1,000 bandits or whatever the hell the challenge is just by going backwards and forwards through the same area again and again and again. You could probably become like a level 50 before you've even moved 6 foot in the game if you just use that respawning function. Like if I was to go, oh my god, it's even respawned the bosses. that is entirely offensive. I really, honestly cannot believe I've got to fight these two essentially end of level bosses again. I mean, I had a right bitch of a time last time with these guys. Stupid freaking gun, which I'm going to go and destroy, hopefully. Let's just load it full of bullets, doing more so much damage. Just want to get back home. Okay, that's that dealt with, so now I can kind of try and focus on these dudes. Again, you know, I have to take a big gun now to take on the actual dude controlling the gun. It does look like there was actually some sort of achievement over there called $2 or $1. Pick up $1,000 in $1 bills. Oh, Jesus. Okay. What we got? Anything good? No. Rubbish. Looks kind of weird though, doesn't it? It's a bit crazy. How's that a grenade modification? How do you attach that to a grenade? How do you attach that to a grenade? Ah, well. I have an inventory full of grenades. I haven't actually thrown any. Now, if I remember rightly, there are some decent guns in these boxes. This particular toilet. Nothing that fantastic this time, I don't think. Some interesting pistols to look at. Again, nothing really that fantastic. I'm not really that bothered about any of that. I'm not bothered about that either. So, just going to go and quickly open this box as I didn't do it previously. Grab some cash, and then we move on. Let's just get this done. It's a long, long way back to Claptrap's boat, especially when you have to do all the same shit you did last time. Okay, we've reached a save point, which is always good, which means we can come back here. I am going to let those bandits take care of those flying back things first off. Weird, exactly the same animation situation. Now, pretty sure I should have shot him in the head, but you know, maybe the Coriolis effect not coming to my aid. Okay, he appears to have vanished, which means I'm going to have to move up. He is still there. Oh, there you go. Good. Good, good, good. So, same deal as before. As I've got to refight all the same bad guys as I did previously, I might as well loot all the same boxes I did previously, as they all seem to have respawned as well. I find that situation kind of interesting, kind of weird, I don't know. Like, you shut the game down for whatever reason, you know, and then you end up getting to pick up all the same cash and guns and various other bits and pieces. Obviously you have to fight all the same bad guys again, so maybe you earn them, I don't know, but that does seem like a strange mechanic, that the guns and everything respawn on a reload. I would have thought that it would have had the capability of remembering what you'd open and what you have. That's unfortunate. Would have been better had it been a headshot. Oh. He seems to have ducked well out of the way. There he is. Get a shot on him. Ooh. Not quite enough to finish his life off. So I'm going to try and try miserably to go pick off as many of these buggers as I can before going in there, because I remember last time I think I died about 6 times just trying to get through this gate. So, you know, I've lived, I've learned. And hopefully that experience will have taught me to not die coming in here. Having a more powerful gun is extremely helpful also. Good stuff. Now, I know full well that there's another wave or 2 of enemy I have to get through up here, because they will have all respawned, I imagine. I can't remember exactly where they are, but they're over there somewhere. So I'm going to come up here, raid this section. Really got max health, but I managed to take that anyway. $5. $5. Well, I won't do the rest of that. Oh.
Ouch.
Oh, beautiful. 2 headshots, 1 on a charging target. So here we go. There's the next wave of enemy for me to deal with. Immediately shotgun with grenades and a shield. He seems a little bit overpowered in my mind. Let's get him dead here. Dead. Yeah. Oh, I'm on fire. That's maybe why I'm taking damage and I'm about to die. I will hopefully get my second wind here. There you go. That character didn't have a whole lot of health left when I went down. Not that having the second wind is particularly fantastic, because obviously I am very, very low on health. I'm sure some of these guys dropped some, and I did actually just waste that health in there. Okay, well, we probably need to pick up some health somewhere along the lines, as I am quite low on health. Don't need any of that apparently. Let's pick up some of that so we can. There's nothing on the back there. Let's go around here. Go around the back. And there we go, a nice hidden box that we never picked up last time, but we don't really need this time. You spend most of your life running around backs of buildings and whatever else to pick up garbage. Now again, there's another wave of enemy just here. I remember it well. Nice headshot. There's going to be a couple more.
You're gonna love this.
Yeah, another one. Oh, that wasn't a headshot. Oh, there you go. Again, there will be more for me to deal with. upcoming. Let's just pick up this shit. Get some dollarage, some health. What it's useful. Now before I go too crazy, I think there's some crates I can probably get some stuff out of over here. Remember, there's a large gun box just there. I probably don't have the room really to pick anything up anyway, but we might as well give it a look, see what's in it. It might be worth making some room for these guns. It might not. So let's do our usual bit of swapping guns that I never use for anything anyway. So essentially there's not a whole lot for me to throw away per se. That gun is pretty shit. This one is alright. I might as well take that one. I'm not going to bother with anything else, I don't think, here, really and truly, as it just means swapping one gun for another, really. And then we will carry on going forward. Oh, do love sniper rifles. I've probably said it before. But when you can when you can one shot kill enemies in the head,
I enjoy that.
it is just fantastic. Which is, why I took this character in the first place over all the others. The Berserker or whatever might actually have been a better choice, because I, just generally do end up just running into encampments like this and dying. But I do love that whole shoot from a distance kind of thing, because their weapons are mostly, I haven't come up against anything particularly bad, mostly quite weak, and that means that I can, my shield will absorb most of the damage done, and I can just pick up the rest of them. So we have this Portaloo here again. It's got some guns in it. I don't know if it's worth taking any of them. 48 damage, that seems quite hefty for a pistol. I can't even see what that is. It's technically 62 damage. If it fires 2 bullets, both bullets hit, then yeah, you've got quite a bit of damage going on. Let's trade out that gun for the 48. I don't think I'll bother with a 2-shot gun necessarily. It wastes a lot of ammo if I miss. It does a lot of damage if I hit, but it wastes a lot of ammo if I miss. So, not a fan of the 2-shot weapons necessarily. So, we'll just carry on here. Now, what I'm thinking is that there is still quite some way to go back to Claptrap's boat, so this is going to be part 1 of my return to Claptrap's boat. I will continue on where I left off in the next video, and I will see you in that one. See ya.